गुड न्यूज टुडे, नई उम्मीद जगाने वाला हिंदी न्यूज चैनल।
Yes, some big news coming in. Taliban's leader Mullah Baradar meets with UN Secretary General Martin Griffiths in Kabul Foreign Ministry. In fact, Taliban spokesperson says, and I quote, Griffiths said UN will continue support and cooperation with Afghanistan. Here's a huge reaction coming in. In fact, we do know after Taliban's complete control over Afghanistan, the United Nations, of course, quite confused with how exactly to deal with an organization like the Taliban. Taliban's leader Mullah Baradar has now met with UN Secretary General Martin Griffiths in Kabul at the Kabul Foreign Ministry. The spokesperson of Taliban says, and I quote, Griffiths said UN will continue support and cooperation with Afghanistan. Let me cut across to Ashraf Wani joining us for more on that. Ashraf, here while you have the entire international community now quite bewildered on exactly how to address the Taliban and what to do with them. Should we acknowledge them in the first place or not? And here, while that's happening on one end, you have the UN representative, Mr. Griffith, meeting with the Taliban chief, and according to the Taliban spokesperson, has assured all help to Afghanistan and continued to support the country.
Nabila, absolutely. This was expected when America itself was in some kind of deal with Taliban. It was expected that probably UN, which is always being considered as the arm of the Americans or the USA, that will continue their support to the Afghanistan. Basically, there are a lot of programs underway in Afghanistan which were started in 2001 when America and NATO forces started their work in the America. It was a war when the Taliban one was removed from the power and another government was established. But the President Ghani's government could not meet the expectations of the US. That is why they then decided to get in negotiations with the Taliban, and finally on the 15th of August, Taliban formed captured the whole Afghanistan, and now there was only the Panjshir province which is being claimed by the Taliban that they have also captured that province. That means somehow the things are getting clear in Afghanistan. We have seen day before yesterday when the flights resumed in the Kabul, and also the international flights came from Qatar and other Middle East countries to the Afghanistan, and that is continuously going on because Afghanistan needs a lot of humanitarian aids and the food.
Well, they do need all of that, but it's just very fresh. They are very fresh from the entire takeover, with many of them succumbing to this war in the war-torn country thanks to the Taliban. And now they, of course, are seeking help because we're looking at Afghanistan's economy coming to a complete crash. At this point, United Nations, it appears, as per the Taliban, has assured all help. Ashraf Ghani, thank you very much for joining us with those details there. Now, amid the intense fighting between Taliban and the resistance forces, Taliban has claimed to have captured all 7 districts of Panjshir, the last Afghan province that's holding out against Taliban. In fact, Taliban spokesperson has claimed that the group has taken control of the center of Panjshir, the police headquarters, and all facilities in the valley. Meanwhile, resistance forces have denied Taliban's claims, saying the Taliban is trying to distract people and spreading its propaganda. Ahmad Massoud, the leader of the resistance forces, has now welcomed the offer of religious scholars of peace. He said that if the Taliban withdraws their fighters from Panjshir and Andarab, resistance forces would be finally ready to peace or talks of peace with them. Now, Taliban have postponed the government formation for the second time since they took control over Afghanistan. India today has learned about a possible rift between Taliban factions and the Haqqani network. Haqqanis have demanded all crucial home, interior and defense ministry, but the Supreme Leader, Hebatullah Akhundzada, hasn't really accepted those demands. Speaking to India today, Mohammad Yusuf Saha, spokesperson of the first President Hamid Karzai, has said negotiations are going on with the Taliban for an inclusive government. He added that the rights of Afghans will be respected in the new government. Meanwhile, President of Iran, Ibrahim Raisi, has said Tehran will not support a democratically elected government. In fact, hinting at the fact that it will not support the Taliban. Of course, Iran says unless it is a democratically elected government, they will not get their support.